site at Nick's Fishmarket at One First National Plaza. Right across, and we can peel over there, take a look at the Chagall. This is going to be one of the truly hot spots in Chicago. Chicago has a reputation for great restaurants. We're number 3 in the country for tourism. We're number 1 in the country for business tourism. And there's a reason that we are, and it's because of places like Nick. So come on, we're going to give you a little tour here. We're here with himself, Nick Nicholas. Nick, congratulations, first of all. 21 years?
21 years in the Loop, and we looked around, maybe we'd go someplace else in the Loop, and then we thought about, hell, we helped invent this place, so we're going to continue here, and we're going to be here for another 20 years. I'm not sure I will, but the restaurant will be.
You know what? You'll be here too. Tell me about the room. Now, what are we looking at now? We're in the main dining room here?
Well, everybody accuses us of being a kind of a men's club, dark booths, big high back booths, and now this restaurant really was built for ladies now. It's gorgeous. They're going to feel very comfortable in here. We have a view outside into the fountain in the Chagall, which nobody ever saw. Chagall's been sitting on top of us for 20 years. And
Did it ever leak? Did it ever leak?
Never leaked. But the fountain is finally on after many years, and we put it in the lease that they have to have it on all the time. So this is Chicago's version of Rockefeller Center. Don't you think, David?
You know what? This is easily one of the most beautiful rooms.
Yeah, it's turned out great.
I've got to tell you, we're in this room, and there are several hundred people in here in the opening party, and it's quiet. You can talk.
Well, that was always important, we've never had real loud restaurants, but we'll have some fun upstairs. Upstairs, you notice, was a little bit more casual, a little bit louder, but this is going to be a very, very elegant, we always thought we had the prettiest restaurant in town. Now there's no doubt in my mind.
All right, well, we're upstairs. Now tell me about Nick's Bar and Grill.
Yeah, the Fishmarket Grill. Now this is, we're street side for the first time. You can enter right off the street with a gorgeous view, again, of the Chagall out here in the fountain. And this is going to be our bar and grill with affordable food. I can get a sandwich in here for $9. How's that?
Well, you know what? If you want a lobster, you got to pay for it.
That's right.
I don't care what anybody says.
That's correct.
So tell me about this. You've got about, 90, 100 seats in here?
There's 100 seats in here. We're going to have music all the time here. Trying to bring a little action down into the Loop. There's not enough entertainment late at night in the Loop, and we think we're going to do it here. Now, everybody's asked for dancing. I guess they'll have to stand up and dance at their table. We don't have a dance floor.
We've got the camera crew ready. You got a great bar, about 20, 30 seats in there?
Sure. The bar is good size, and like I say, this is where the action's going to be downtown now. I expect to see you here. You know your way to the Loop?
Hey, One First National Plaza.
Yeah, that's right. On Clark Street. New entrance on Clark Street.
We're here with Patsy Felch, who's, I know her from the Lawyers for the Creative Arts. And tell me about the event that's coming up this November.
This November, on November 13th, Lawyers for the Creative Arts is having its annual gala benefit at the Harold Washington Library Center. And David Lissner is providing 10 restaurateurs with samples of their wonderful food. It's going to be one of the best galas. We're also going to have wonderful entertainment. You're all invited.
Well, you're all invited, but you got to buy a ticket. And that brings up a point that some of that great food that's coming is coming from Chef Andre Halston, who's the chef here, right?
That's absolutely right. Nick's was there last year for our 25th anniversary. He's going to be here again.
And just in case someone just should want to buy a ticket, what's the phone number?
Phone number is area code 312-944-ARTS.
There you go. See you there.
Good luck, Nick, for another 20 years. You may not recall this, but you and I went to a Yankee baseball game many years ago at Yankee Stadium. The Yanks won, I watched, and you slept.
We're here with Stephen Karpf, Chief Operating Officer and ex-rodeo rider.
Ex-rodeo, that's right. Restaurant business from rodeo. It's quite a transition.
Now, could it have been that you didn't like, you were riding those horses and those broncos and you just wanted to go into fish? I don't know.
Actually, my orthopedic surgeon went out of business, so I figured I better stop rodeoing.
So, let me say, I was here last week, and you could talk about this party that Nick had a little bit.
Yeah, Nick had a party. He wanted to invite all the restaurateurs from Chicago. Arnie Morton, Bob Jungary, Rich Melman, the Levies, all the great guys that when he first came to Chicago, he got to know and kind of watched each other develop. and it was a fun party. I know, David, you were there, and you were able to partake in that. Unfortunately, I was busy and I couldn't make it, but I just heard some great stories about that day.
You know, it was really wonderful listening to these guys talk, and here, let's get a couple shots of it now.
I'm Zaman from Zaman's restaurant for 23 years. At the Toulouse and Yvette restaurant group for 20 years.
I'm Chef Hans from Smith & Walensky. Only a half a year, but I'm in Chicago since 1966.
Rich Melman from Let Us Entertain You. Been in business for 27 years, but I've been in the restaurant business, hanging around restaurants for about 41 years.
Larry Levy Restaurants. I've been doing this for 20 years.
Italian Village Restaurant, Frank Capitanini. In business 71 years.
Arnie Morton, I'm out of work. Nicholas Harmon, Nicholas Restaurant Group, 40 years. Just to give you an idea of our food that we're going to have today, you know, for the first 30 years of my career, I acted as the chef because when I started in the business in Hawaii in the early 60s, there were no cooking schools. You grab people off the street. You showed them that this is a skillet and a sauteed pan and a romaine, and that's head lettuce, and that's what we used to do in the old days. I did that for too many years, and now I've realized that there's some fabulous schools that are teaching great guys. You met the chef Andre Halston today. He's been with us now 2 months, so I'm letting him take our food in another direction, and we're going to taste some of that today. So we're kind of looking forward to a new move, and you know, it's never too late to learn. Where is he? Is he in town?
I remember this one particular day, and Arnie called me, and I don't remember where it was. It might have been out at the pier or something at that particular time. Arnie, the truth of the matter is, has been a visionary in many areas. He envisioned the pier being something special literally 15 years ago, 20 years ago. But he said, Rich, I've got this idea. We're going to open up a 2,000-seat seafood restaurant. I don't know if you remember that. And I said, Arnold, don't even talk to me about it. I don't even want to think about 2,000 seats and whatever it is. And literally about 2 hours later, he calls me and he said, Rich, I got this great idea. We open a 8-seat restaurant in Ultimo. It was Ultimo or someplace on that street. And it just, I told so many people that. I said, that's what dealing with Arnold is. Went from 2,000 to like 2 tables.
Good dining in Chicago.
Hey, Steve, I really want to thank you, and I wish you from the bottom of my heart the best of luck, and you guys are going to do well, I know.
Thank you. We're very excited. Thank you very much, David.
Nick, you got the greatest place in the whole world. I'm sure glad it's here in Chicago, so we can enjoy all the great food that you bring us. The seafood is the best in the world. Congratulations. I'm Jimmy Damon singing your song, Nick.
You've seen this symbol, you know, when you park your car at all the great restaurants in Chicago, and it's called Valet Parking Service. And actually, Robert, how did you come up with the name, Valet Parking? It's such a complicated name.
Actually, the name was derived from back in California. That's where the company originated, and expanded down here in Chicago, and from here it just kind of took off nationwide.
Now tell me about parking cars. You know, people, it's so important to me as a food critic. I mean, when you walk into a restaurant, and if the guy's a bum, he looks dirty, I mean, if he's rude and surly, you're going to have a bad time at the restaurant. You've got probably a couple thousand employees, don't you?
That's absolutely correct. We probably operate about the 90% of the restaurants and nightclubs in the downtown alone, and we emphasize service, and you know, we are the people that everyone sees in the beginning of the establishment, and always the last people to make an impression of the restaurant.
If you're opening a restaurant, hey, I'm going to do this. I don't have the number here, but hey, here it is, 332-1134. But you know what? The guys are great. Hey, you having a good time here tonight?
We're having a wonderful time. We've been doing business with Nick. Actually, we've been in business with him for about 20 years. So here, Philadelphia, we're everywhere with Nick.
Hey, here's to Nick. Another 20 years.
Next is Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas.
Viva Las Vegas.